Hello friends, I'm Navina and today I will read you another story from the September 1982 issue of Chandamama. The story's name is The Clever and the Nobler. The story goes back to the time when Tamralipta was a prosperous port city. Among the leading merchants in the city was Ram Gupta. He had two sons, Sudarshan and Niranjan. When they grew up, Ram Gupta planned to send one of them in a ship for commerce with foreign lands. He consulted some of his merchant friends who were experienced in such trading. They said, "Send one of your two sons with us. We will give him all the help he needs. Send the one who is clever. The quality of cleverness is a must for running the trade successfully with countries abroad." Ram Gupta could not decide which of his two sons to choose for the purpose. Both were good-natured young men and both were willing to go abroad. He called the two sons and said, "It was my father's wish to construct a choltry near the Shiva temple in the forest." Friends, choltry is nothing but like an inn for travelers or pilgrims, a resting place. He died before he could fulfill his desire. I too am growing old. I should like this choltry constructed before I die. He then entrusted Sudarshan, the elder son, with the task. Sudarshan proceeded to the forest with the masons. They saw that the stones and the timber were available in plenty in the forest. What was necessary was a labor force. Sudarshan soon found a village of tribal people. He tried to talk to them, but they did not understand him. Sudarshan was wondering what to do when a tribal youth met him. The youth had lived in the town for a year, so he could speak Sudarshan's language. "Sir, I can supply you with as many laborers as you need. I shall also be present all the while at the site, but you must pay me 100 rupees a month." Sudarshan agreed to the proposal. The tribal youth recruited the number of laborers necessary for the work and the work started. On the third day, Ram Gupta came there to see how the work was going on. He saw the tribal youth gossiping with someone under a tree and asked Sudarshan, "Who is that?" When Sudarshan reported to him the youth's role in the work, he burst out, "What? 100 rupees for doing practically nothing? You must not pay him more than 10 rupees. After Ram Gupta left the spot, Sudarshan told the youth, "You shall be paid at the rate fixed for these 3 days. But from tomorrow you will be paid at the rate of 10 rupees a month." The youth said nothing. But no laborer turned up for work the next day. The masons were anxious to complete the work before the monsoon. Sudarshan took plans to locate the youth and agreed to pay him that 100 rupees again. The next day, the laborers came to work. A week passed. Ram Gupta visited the place again. But when he heard about the tribal youth's reappointment at the old rate, he said, No, this won't do. Tell him that he is not entitled to receive more than 10 rupees a month for recruiting workers." Sudarshan duly passed on his father's instruction to the tribal youth. The laborers stopped coming from the next day again. Sudarshan sent his masons and tried to persuade them to come, but in vain. In the evening he came back and told Ram Gupta, "Father, I am not the fit person for managing the work in the forest. Please make some other arrangement." Ram Gupta asked Niranjan, his second son, to take charge of the work. He went to the tribal hamlet and found out the youth and said, "Look here, friend, I suggest that you supply me with the labor force from tomorrow. Of course, I cannot go against my father's wish and cannot pay you more than 10 rupees a month for this part of your work. However, I shall pay you 3 rupees a day for your supervising the work. If this is not acceptable to you, I will bring workers from the city." The youth took stock of the situation and said, "I agree." The work was in full swing from the next day. The construction was well over before the monsoon. "Niranjan, how could you make that youth agree to such a low salary?" Sudarshan asked his younger brother. Brother, I had to get the work done and keep father satisfied too, began Niranjan. Then he explained how he showed the expense on the young man under two heads. Sudarshan laughed. You are very clever indeed. You should go into the ship, not I, he said. My brother, I may be clever, but you are the nobler and truthful, said Niranjan. So, friends, for doing trade and business, we do not need nobility and truthfulness, but a special knack to tackle people and situations. Thank you.